everyone. It is Tracy coming to you live from New Hampshire Dog Walking Club headquarters. And tonight is the big reveal that we have been promising for 2022. We've got all kinds of great stuff to share with you tonight. But before we get into that, I wanted you to meet some special guests. You might see some little pictures here off to the side of my picture. I'm going to actually zoom in on everyone here. So I want to introduce you to our new team for 2022. I know I've been hinting in the community about what's coming up, and I wanted to let you know that one of the big things coming up is that we have an all-new adventure guide team. Now, not everybody could be here tonight, but those who could are joining me, and I wanted to give them a chance to let you know what community they are in and a little bit about their skill set, because we have been very, very fortunate to find people who not only love hiking in the outdoors, but also have some very unique skill sets that is going to add very nicely to what the New Hampshire Dog Walking Club offers overall. So I'm going to let them describe to you who they are, talk to you a little bit. If you have any questions while they are talking, feel free to leave us a question in the comment section. And if you can see up in the event description above from where you're watching live, it says if you want us to see your name and address you by name, you just have to give StreamYard permission. So it's facebook.com/StreamYard so that we can see your name. Otherwise, you just come up as a no-name avatar, unfortunately. So feel free to give permission so that we can see you. And then after my guests have left, we will get into the presentation, and I've got all kinds of good things for you. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Kelly to introduce himself first. So Kelly, tell us what community you're from and a little bit about your skill set.
All right. Thanks, Tracy. My name is Kelly, and I'm just excited to be part of this organization. I had the opportunity to meet a few of you on a hike last Saturday, but on that hike, it just really confirmed to me that this is just a great organization to be part of. A little bit about me. My wife and I moved from the Midwest to Newmarket, so that's where we live, kind of easing into semi-retirement a couple of years ago. And prior to that, I had worked for a number of years with the National Park Service, so in a few different states. So I was guiding people on a lot of hikes and walks, and I just love to do those kinds of activities outdoors. And then when I found out you got to add dogs to that equation, it just sounded like it was that much more fun. So, speaking of dogs, some of my earliest childhood memories are of dogs, and I've been around dogs my whole life. They're just such great companions. So I'm just really looking forward to meeting more of you on not only you, but your canine pals on hikes and walks in the future. So thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly. And what Kelly's referring to is last Sunday, we had a members only walk, which was an opportunity for our members to come out and meet our adventure guides. And that was held at Northwood Meadows State Park. So we did have 16 people who came out with their dogs, and they got a chance to meet all of our adventure guides who were able to come that day. And I should say, too, as we roll out our events for February, which we'll be doing officially on February 1st, our event guides will be at the different events coming up. And the majority of them will actually be at our first one on February 12th. So if you are able to come out and join us, that is our Super Bowl Saturday celebration down in Derry. Then you'll get a chance also, if you have not yet, or if you're not a member, you'll have a chance to meet most of our event guides. So thanks, Kelly. Next is Marie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marie. I live in the greater Manchester area in a small town called Auburn. Been in New Hampshire now for a couple of years, but a lot of my experience here in New Hampshire has been around moving around and learning about the state through my kids' eyes and doing experiences with kids and kid friends. So I've been around dogs my whole life and have a lot of varied experience when it comes to dogs. So I love to hike, love the outdoors, and I'm looking forward. I met a few of you, not everybody on the hike on Sunday, but I look forward to meeting more of you and interacting with more of you and petting your pups and playing with your pups. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll see you Oh boy. We were just talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
February 12th. And if not then soon after. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Marie. So now you probably already know my partner in crime, but he's never officially introduced himself. So I invited him to officially introduce himself since he is an adventure guide, but he's also the person that takes all those great photographs that everybody raves about after our adventure. So Ray, do you want to, well, you live in Barrington, so you don't need to, you're with me. Tell us a little bit about your skill set, please.
I disappeared.
And you're a comedian.
So yes, I'm Ray. I'm usually walking with Miss Gilly, the one who's usually whining to get to the back of the pack to see Tracy, or to whine to the front of the pack to see Tracy. But yes, I've been very much enjoying the walks, helping people on the way, and I enjoy taking the pictures. That's been a fun thing. I was finally glad this year to get out the actual 35 millimeter as opposed to using the cell phone. And that was fun. And I hope to kind of continue that again this year, moving forward. And I very much enjoy the hikes, and I'm looking forward to expanding our reach of where we go. Thank you.
Yeah, and you alluded to that nicely, because with this new team, we are able to do that, which I'll talk a little bit more about further in the presentation. So thank you, Ray. So Kate, you might know, she has been with me for a couple of years now. She started with me at It Takes a Village Pet Care, if you're familiar with that company, which we closed last November, so we could focus all of our attention on the New Hampshire Dog Walking Club. And then Kate transitioned into an adventure guide as well. So if you haven't met Kate, though, this is a great opportunity to know a little bit more about her. So tell us about yourself, Kate.
Hi, everybody. I am Kate. I live in Rochester, over on the eastern side of the state, with my daughter and our 4 cats and our dog Gus that I adopted from Mary's Dogs at a dog walking club event. Yes, this is a dangerous thing for me to be around so many available critters. They'll all come home. And like Tracy said, I've worked for her for a couple of years in various iterations, but I love being outside. I love being in the woods. I love being with dogs. And so very much looking forward to everything that is planned for this upcoming year and getting to meet even more people and their dogs.
Awesome. Thanks, Kate. And what do you do when you're not having fun with dogs?
My day job, my 9-to-5 job, I'm a social worker at a community mental health center. So this also provides me quite a nice change of pace from my Monday through Friday job to just be outside with dogs and getting a little break from a job that I love very much, but is quite stressful. So
yeah, I can imagine. Well, awesome. Thanks, Kate, for introducing yourself to those people who do not know you. And finally, in the last set of the boxes there that I'm seeing, there is Diane, who is a new member of our team as well. Diane, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Diane Morgan. I live in Deerfield, New Hampshire, where the fair is. So that's kind of our little claim to fame, our quiet little sleepy village that we live in. With my husband, our 2 rescue dogs, one we got from Mary's Dogs and the other one was from Kachiko. They've been a big part of our lives. Love them to death. We have some chickens. We have 24 acres of land. So just sort of shows that I love the outdoors, like everyone here, of course. But, snowshoeing, ATVing, motorized, non-motorized, up big hills, down little hills, I don't care, put me there. Similar to Kelly, I recently retired from a very stressful job doing event planning, but it was really large-scale events, 3,000 people, 1,000 exhibitors all around the country, 70, 80 meetings a year. So this is going to be a nice break from that because these are fun events. It was great too, but it was just time, of course. I hope to bring some of that skill set to Tracy and the team, as well as bring my dogs and my enthusiasm for the community. I know I'm going to learn a lot from you all as well. I think it's going to be a great blend for everybody. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Diane. And thanks everybody for joining us and letting us know a little bit about who you are and what you do. I'm very excited to get you all out there in February and have our community meet you. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes to jump on with us tonight and say hellos. So you guys are welcome to stay, like I said, if you want, or feel free to sign off if you've got kids and dogs and other fun things to contend with. So
We do have one other person that you didn't mention.
yeah, I'm going to mention her further on in the presentation.
Okay.
Yep, that's Alyssa. Yep. Thanks, Ray, for reminding me. All right, so everybody who's still watching, actually, let's see, we've got Michelle says, welcome, everyone. So you guys met her. She was Brutus's mom
Yeah.
at Northwood
great thought.
Meadows. So thanks for that, Michelle. So I'm glad you were there and you could meet everybody. All right, so I am going to now go into our presentation here. Let me just share my screen. Let's see here. All right, so let's see. All right, so it looks like some of our team is going to stay here, and actually I'm going to pop some people out just so that you can see me. Kelly, you want to hang out with us? Oh, you're on mute. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to hang out.
All right, perfect. You'll get to learn a little bit more. Okay, not a problem. All right, so let's see here. I just want to take off. Let's take this off so you guys can see the whole presentation. So Kelly and I are going to hang out with you here a little bit longer and let you know what is going on, not only in 2022, but what we're looking at for the future. So we want to share with you tonight our 2021 survey highlights, which you may or may not have participated in. We wanted to share a little bit more about our adventure guide team. Also go over the 2022 events and education that is coming up. Talk to you a little bit about our future plans and our vision, and then get any feedback, answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. So first, let's talk about some survey highlights. So thank you to everybody who participated in our survey, because your feedback is very helpful for us at the end of every year so that we can understand what you enjoyed about the previous year and what types of things you'd like to see coming up. So that's really what drives the programs and the research that we do, because as you may or may not have known, we shut down events except for members in January so that we can have this time for planning and for research. And even most of the events we've scheduled for members in January had to be canceled or rescheduled just due to the weather. It's just a biting cold month in most cases, so there's not a lot that we do. But let's jump into our feedback here. So from the member survey, we learned that 89% of our members rated their club experience as 4 or 5 stars. 96% of members surveyed rated the uniqueness of our events as 4 or 5 stars, which was great to hear because we try to be very, very creative and, come up with ideas and events that are just so different and out of the box that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing them because you wouldn't know if your dog is allowed at that venue, or, you just wouldn't think of putting those types of things together to create a fun event. That's our job. So when we surveyed people, we said, what was your favorite event during the year? And this was some of the ones that were suggested. So I'm curious here, as you're looking at this list, either live or on the replay, let me know if one of your events is listed here or if there's one that we've missed on this list that was a favorite to yours, a favorite of yours. Just go ahead and put it in the comment section. But we had the sensory scavenger hunt with Monica at Barrington Barks and Behavior. We have that coming up again this year. Doggy Olympics, that was in the summer. That took place over 3 weeks, as I recall, with the majority of our partners. Beaver Moon Walk and Celebration took place in November. We missed the Beaver Moon, except on the drive to the brewery. We did actually see it, but we had a great time at the brewery as well. Wine and Wags at Flag Hill Winery, very well attended. It was our biggest event to that point, which attracted 37 people. Our nature walks with Kelly, our birding walks last year, always very popular. Our pack adventures, which take place during the week. Our trifecta party, which was celebrated in June with Canine Strong and Barrington Barks and Behavior, our partners, as well as our partner Canine Chaos in Dover, where it was hosted. We did canine fitness, sensory exploration, and a pool party with ice cream. That was a lot of fun. End of last year, we did a scavenger hunt up at Settlers Green. Some of the different stores up there, along with Percy Paws, participated. That was a lot of fun. It was a little bit out of the area that we normally go, so we did have a smaller group, but people told us that they had, or participants told us they had a great time. We will definitely be going up there again because they are also a dog-friendly area. Any of our beach walks, always a great venue. Everybody loves to come to the beach. We'll definitely be doing those again in April and May, prior to when the beaches open and limit dogs on them during the day. So you can count on that to come up. Hikes and Hops event, again, another alcoholic focused drink where we go to breweries, always a big hit. The Easter egg hunt that we rolled out in April was a big hit. We will be doing that again this year. Any of the apple picking events that we do at Demerit Hill Farm are always well attended. And then lastly, our canine sports sampler, which we did with Inspired Canine, was a great hit as well. Gave participants and their dogs a nice opportunity to try a few different types of sports, kind of learn from an intro perspective. So there were some of the best events that people suggested with us. Let's see what we've got here. So, a couple of comments here. So Amy's saying, love that we have Great Manchester represented. Goff's down here. Great, Amy. I promised our community we would get down that way with more events, and we are. So Jamie is saying Doggy Olympics, beach walks, and trifecta party were her favorites. And Jamie, one of her family dogs, was one of the winners as well. Charlie, I believe it was. I think it was dock diving, actually, that he won, Jamie, if I remember correctly. Christine said, have anything having to do with the brewery was our favorite. And of course, beach walks. Yep, I'm right there with you, Christine. And those were always well attended. So anytime we have a beach with a brewery or any kind of alcoholic focused event, they're always well attended because it's just a nice relaxing time and a great time for people to network and socialize. All right, awesome. Thanks for chiming in, guys. So there are the events that members told us they like. So 70% of members attend between 1 to 10 events per year. That was interesting to us. We actually didn't know how many events people were attending. We would see some of the same people at events, but on average, what we're finding is between 1 and 10 events per year. So, on average, slightly less than 1 per month. 100% of members surveyed rated the quality of our educational resources as 4 or 5 stars, and 78% would like more pop-up talks from experts and educational videos on important topics. So that was helpful for us to hear. 85% of members surveyed rated the likeliness of renewing their membership as 4 or 5 stars. Again, that's fantastic to hear because this was the first year 2021 was the first year that we had opened up paid membership. We did a founding member launch in March. And by the end of the year, we had added 95 members and 22 partners. So when we send out a survey like this, even in our first year where we're struggling to learn all of the facets of creating retention within a membership, it's really nice to know that, we've done a good job. We can always improve, but your feedback was so helpful on this. So let's talk a little bit more about our team. Again, if you were with us at the very beginning of the broadcast, you got to hear from them personally, and you'll get to meet them throughout the month of February. The majority of them will be attending almost all of the events on and off, just depending on the location and the timing. But here's a little bit more about them. So here's everybody that you heard from, except the person, Alyssa, in the bottom part there next to Kelly. Alyssa could not join us tonight. She actually lives in Concord. So we have a very well-rounded team here. And of course, our assistants, who many of you have met, Gilly and Dakota there to the bottom right. So this is our team starting off this year. And our team is expected to grow as we expand this year. So here is a look at where everyone is located. So you see the yellow stars. So primarily, our goal for 2021 was to expand or to have events running regularly from Concord to the Seacoast, and then from southern Maine to northern Massachusetts. So obviously, the Rockingham, Stratford County saw the biggest amount of events because that is where Ray and I are located. But now that we have more adventure guides spread out in that primary area that we developed in 2021, we have our goal is to be running 2 or 3 events every weekend. So you could potentially attend an event in the morning, say in Concord, and then you could travel down to Manchester or out to the seacoast in the afternoon and, attend another event. That's our goal, is to just have many different events running in different areas and different types of events. So it could be a pop-up walk in the morning, and maybe you're headed out to the beach, and a brewery social after for the afternoon. So lots of variety and lots more expansion. And then you can see here for 2022, our goal is to go a little bit west of Manchester and Concord, up into the Lakes region, a little bit more heavily into Maine, and then a little bit more down around the Nashua area and into northern Massachusetts. And we have touched on each of these areas. We've done at least one event in each of the highlighted areas, so that we just have a sense of how many people we're pulling to these events and where we're pulling them from. So for instance, when we did the events, the few events we did up in the White Mountains area, basically everybody we pulled from this main area, Rockingham and Stratford County. When we went west for one event there out in Enfield, again, everybody came from the seacoast area. So we haven't yet really expanded our community into those areas. People don't really know about us in those areas yet. So that's our goal for this year. All right. So we have a very well trained set of adventure guides, and they have lots of different skills. So everyone will be human and a pet first aid CPR certified by the end of their training period. They are all trained dog handlers. They have experience with reactive dogs. They also have a history of volunteerism, which is really important to us. They're all skilled hikers. They have all been background screened, both at a federal and state level. All mature event guides, all very well educated, and they're very friendly and knowledgeable. So I really am excited to get them out there and networking with all of you and just getting you to learn what they're passionate about when they're out in nature and when they're hiking. All right, so let's talk now a little bit about the events and education coming up for 2022. And if you have any questions at all, let me know. I'm just kind of going through here. Let's see, Jamie said, yes, hoping to do more dock diving with him this summer. And we've had a great relationship with Seacoast Dock Diving. So we're hoping to get some more programs going with them this summer as well. I know that members did an intro with them that we hosted, as well as some dock diving during the Olympics that we rolled out. So we're hoping to do more of that this year as well. Okay. So, as I mentioned, multiple adventure guide teams running each week in different areas throughout the state, in the area that we are focused on right now, as well as the expansion area. And then many of these events you will already have heard of if you've been with us a while. So our official club events, which we run one a month, those are hosted by our featured experts. And if you can participate in at least 6 within a calendar year, then you earn our club t-shirt. More pop-up adventures, which are like the hikes and hops, mutts and meads, wine and wags, and many other variations of events like the beach walks and things fall under that too. Our pack adventures, which are the ones that happen specifically during the week. We do have actually 2 of our adventure guides that have availability during the week as well. So there is actually 3 to 4 of us that will be able to do pack adventures now in different areas around the state. So we do anticipate those increasing specifically once we get to more daylight, once we put those clocks ahead. All right, so nature walks, if you have joined us for those, we do that's with our partner Kelly Dwyer at Nature Education Opportunities. We will have another one coming up in February with her, which will be called an owl prowl. This is the time of year you can call owls and hear owls and potentially see owls. So we're hoping to have a fun one coming up in a couple of weeks. So let's see, special events, holiday events, lots of things that we do there, whether it's Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. We'll be looking to do more of that this year as well. Special events too are also themed events like the sensory scavenger hunt that we do with Barrington Barks and Behavior. And there's a number of other ones. We've done a lot with Laura Gendron at Misbehavior, so you can plan to see those coming out this year as well. We do a lot of online events. We actually demoed a craft class last November with Lauren Ward, the pet death doula, which had great feedback from the participants. It was a licky, I forget exactly what she calls it. I call it peanut butter art class, but I think she calls it lick art kits. And our participants and their dogs joined us to do these art kits, and we had an educational component to it as well. That was really fun. Dr. Lisa Boyer will be back with us this year for the pop-up talks, the Ask the Veterinarian series. She will be focusing on a different theme each month, and I'll be talking about that here in just a minute. More pop-up talks from our partners and featured experts. Doggy socials, which we hold at Friendly Pets Dog Park, but we actually have a couple other venues now where we can hold doggy socials. So we're expecting to spread those out in different areas as we go into 2022. More dog training and enrichment events. That is another thing that people told us on, or our community told us on our surveys that you wanted to see and be involved in. So we will be rolling out more of those, plus some new adventures that I'm going to get into it right now. And actually, Michelle just commented, my husband just mentioned the art class. We loved it. Yeah, and that was so cool, Michelle, that you and your husband were involved in it with your dogs. And I know you had 3 dogs that participated, Ruby, Brutus, and Fenway at that event. So that was so cool that you guys could kind of work together to get them involved with the craft class. So thanks for bringing that up. All right, so let's get into some of the new events we are rolling out. So we've heard you more than once. People have told us you want more mountain hikes. So you are going to get it. We are going to start up monthly mountain hikes here once the weather gets a little bit more favorable. And we've got them pretty much spread out from southern New Hampshire to northern New Hampshire so that we can go to all different types of mountains. And our goal is to gradually increase in elevation. So for those of you who are kind of like me, you love the mountains, you just, you got to kind of work up your endurance. We're going to start small and we're going to work up from there. And then we will, hopefully by the end of the season, maybe we'll be doing some of the bigger hikes up in the White Mountains. So we'll see how that works out for everyone. We are going to be doing something called social walks, which is basically a great mental and physical exercise for dogs and their people. Social walks will build the bond between you, your dog, and like-minded people, and you'll get a better sense of, if you've been on any of our walks, people, if you're in the beginning, you probably finish in the beginning. If you're at the rear, you most likely at the end of the walk, you're still in the rear. So what we want to do is we want to rotate people. So we'll periodically stop. We'll have whoever's in the back will come to the front. Their dogs will get an opportunity to be at the head of the pack. The middle will switch to the rear, and so forth and so on. So it gives you a chance to meet other people, and it gives your dog a chance to be exposed to other dogs with other temperaments. And our goal is that you will learn something about other people. You'll make new friends, as will your dog. So that's something new we're going to roll out as well and see how that is received. Reactive Dog Support Group, which many of you already know about and have signed up for. Based on signups already, it looks like this is going to be very well received. Basically, our goal is to talk about everything related to reactive dogs and hear from you and the struggles that you face and deal with every day so that you can hear from people who maybe have been living with reactive dogs all their life, or from some of our dog training experts who will come in and talk about reactive dogs, offer tips and ideas and resources, and just be very educationally focused. So if we find that the group currently that we're offering in February gets too large, we will split it and we will offer multiple support groups. The goal is to just really have a great opportunity for people to be heard about the struggles they face and get support. So that you'll see that coming up as well. Longer walks. So we demoed a few of these last year just to see how they were received and if people would come out. and they were very well received. So usually our sweet spot is between 2 and 3 miles. We will be doing more walks, which are at least 4 miles in length, but most likely over 5. We've got a few already that we've told a few members about. We've got thumbs up, so we feel really good about them. You know, what we'll do is these longer walks, we'll make them several more hours, obviously, than just our normal 90 minutes or 2 hours. We'll probably break it up with a picnic lunch in the middle, and then we'll continue on the walk. But that's our goal, to go see some different things and stretch our legs a little bit longer. Also, there's a program offered by the National Park Service, is called Bark Ranger Program. It is part of their Healthy People, Healthy Parks initiative. And BARK actually stands for Bag Your Pet's Waste, Always Leash Your Pet, Respect Wildlife, and Know Where You Can Go. So there is only one national park in New Hampshire. And I'm curious if you are listening live or on the replay, do you know what that national park is? You get extra bonus points if you know. There are obviously some in Maine. There are some in Massachusetts. And if for some reason we have people that were venturous, we could look at what is in Vermont as well. So if anybody knows, go ahead and post if you know where the only national park is in the state of New Hampshire. It's trivia time. So, all right. So this is a very fun program. They have a junior ranger program as well, which is for kids, which I love. And so they have started one for dogs now. So we are going to have some fun with that as well. And let me just see here. I've got a question. Oh, my husband private chatted me. He knows where the national park is in New Hampshire. That's because I told him. Let's see. Actually, the White Mountain, it might be a national park, Christine, but they don't actually have a program there. So I don't, and I can't remember. There was a reason why they didn't. National park. I can't remember. Yeah, I thought they were a national park too, but there's some reason why they don't fit into this category. I don't know. I can't remember. Like I said, I think they're a national park too, but maybe because they're mountains. So I actually have to check on that. But Bonnie says Bear Brook. No, actually Bear Brook is a state park, Bonnie, but good guess. Actually, the national park in New Hampshire, the one that I have been told is only a national park based on research. So I'm going to look up the mountains because, yes, they are a national park, but they're technically not. It's weird. Anyways, I'll move on. St. Gaudens, and I think they're located in Cornish, is actually the national park in New Hampshire. So, and they do offer this program, like I said. So we'll be looking at other places as well in other states that offer it. Oh, okay. So Ray's saying it's the White Mountain National Forest. That's what I was getting at. Thanks, Ray, for helping my brain think. It's not a national park. It's a national forest. So they don't fall under the same guidelines as the National Park Service. Thanks, Ray, for clarifying. And you could just type that in the regular comments if you want, because then everybody will see your post. All right. So thanks for trying to guess that, guys. Let's move on here. So we're also going to be demoing half-day and full-day adventures and multi-stop tours. So probably one of the most popular ones in New Hampshire is the multi-stop waterfall road trip up in the White Mountains. I would love to do that with the community. I just need to find a time of year that it won't be so overwhelming as far as other tourism and traffic. So I've got to do some research up in that area. I've got to make some phone calls. Diane, who you met at the beginning of the presentation, works with me on that now too, because she has such a great skill set in event planning. So her and I are going to tackle these different ideas and come up with some good thoughts here, especially as we roll into the spring and summer. But also there is a shopping and distillery and train ride outing that we are putting together. And then obviously lots of sightseeing throughout the state, put together with a picnic and ice cream. You can never go wrong. So that is just a little bit of what's coming down the road there. So you can expect to see a lot of fun things coming up as we demo those to see what the community thinks. Also, we're going to be doing more geocaching. We did try this in 2021, and it was just a little too hard because we didn't have enough staff. But geocaching is such a fun event, especially for families of young kids or even older kids. My son is the one here in the red shirt, and he enjoyed it immensely, and he was 16 when we did this. But geocaching is kind of like a global treasure hunt. And we have little treasure bags that we give kids. We make it really, really fun. So we're looking to do more of those. Marie, who is down in the Auburn community, expressed an interest as well in helping out with that. So you can watch for more of those coming in 2022. Okay, so that is the majority of the events that we have planned for 2022. And I just want to talk quickly to you about our curriculum that is rolling out for our members starting on February 1st. We have been talking about this since last March. We were supposed to roll it out in the summer. Then we were supposed to roll it out in the fall. Then we were supposed to roll it out at the beginning of the year. Now we are finally rolling it out February 1st. There was a number of reasons we had to keep pushing it off. COVID is one, lack of staff was one. Now we have a great crew in place, and we had a great relationship with our partners over the last year. We've been going around creating videos with dog trainers and veterinarians and canine fitness experts throughout the state. We've got some great curriculum that will start, as I mentioned, February 1st. And these are the themes for the month. So we break it down into 10 months. January obviously is our planning month, so we don't do much curriculum during that month. And then December, there's a number of things that we do with holiday stuff that curriculum would just get lost. So we really focus on 10 months. And this is the curriculum as it stands now. These are the topics, and these were built upon the information that you shared with us. So since we started the community, which I want to say that started in early 2019, we have been polling everybody who joins that Facebook group about what they struggle with their dog, or what they worry about, or what keeps them up at night. And we have pages and pages and pages and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bits of information that you have shared with us on your internal and external struggles when it comes to your dogs. So I boiled those down. I compared things. I put like topics together, and then I created larger theme topics, of which under each of these is many, many subtopics that within that month we will talk about. So our pop-up talks with our featured experts focus on that theme. Our theme with Dr. Boyer for the Ask the Veterinarian series that we do focuses on that topic as well. So everything is much more streamlined and focused, again, on that information that you have shared with us about the things that you struggle with and you worry about. And so these are those higher topics, and we'll be getting into that. And so one big change over 2021, if you are a member of our community and you're not a member, is that you will see that our pop-up talks and our Ask the Veterinarian series now are no longer free. There's a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of expertise shared on the part of our partners. And so now anybody can join, but if you are a member, it is free for you. If you are a member of our community, then there is a fee to be involved with that educational series now. Okay, so that is the curriculum. And so here are the featured experts we have signed up so far. As you might remember that I said each month we feature a different partner. Usually it is dog trainers, canine fitness experts, people that have a skill set with helping our community learn a little bit more about their dog struggles. That seems to be the people who, you said in the survey you wanted more dog training, you wanted more canine fitness. So February, we will be featuring Helen at No Monkey Business Dog Training. I know you know her well. She was with us in December. A new partner this year, Sunwater Pet Resort and Spa, have joined us. We're going to be learning about them in March. April at Canine Strong, always with us in April because that is Canine Fitness Month. She'll be with us again this April. Laura Gendron at Misbehavior, who I know you know well. She's been a featured expert like April has for many years. She will be with us in May. Barrington Barks and Behavior, Monica will be with us in June. She is the one that does the sensory scavenger hunts with us. We have another one of those coming up in February. So Monica will be the featured expert in June. In September, we're having co-experts. We have Lauren Ward, who's the pet death doula at Frosted or Frail. And we have Jody Crotty, who's our animal communicator. They will be partnering up for September. We've got all kinds of great topics we're talking about there. And then October, we have You and Your Dog training and services with us again. You might remember them from last year. They were with us for hiking preparedness, which was a fantastic outing. And there was a lot of things they shared with us, a lot of good learning that day. So that's who we have signed up so far. We still have 3 months available, and we will have other partners who will be filling in those months as we get there. So it will be a great full year of learning. All right, let's see. So Ray's got a comment here. He says, per the National Park Service, there are 2 national parks in New Hampshire. Oh, really? St. Gaudens and the Appalachian Trail. Okay, I did not know that. All right. So I apologize. I was wrong. I thought I had read somewhere that there was only one. But I guess, yeah, Appalachian Mountain Trail. We'll look into that too and see if we can find a Bark Ranger program up there. Thanks, Ray, for correcting me. What are husbands for if they can't correct you when you're wrong? And Ray says, who wants to hike from Georgia to Maine with me? That might be a little long. I don't know if that's something the club would sponsor, but maybe we'll do the 100-mile wilderness at some point in the future if people are up for it. All right, moving on. So let's talk a little bit about the future and what you can expect. So if you are an official member of the club, last Thursday, you got your official preview into all the new membership benefits that are coming up. If you have not had a chance to see that, I highly encourage you to do so, because there's a lot of new things that have rolled out in the membership package that you get to take advantage of now. So to check out that video, you just go to our website to welcome club members. You'll be asked to log in, and then you'll have access to that information. And for those of you who are not a member, you're a member of the community and you're thinking of joining, all of these new packages with all the new goodies and features that are coming up will be rolled out in March, right before the club opens again on March 20th. So February 1st, like we do every month, on the 1st of the month, we go live to tell you about all the events that are coming up for that month. So we will do that again next Tuesday, February 1st at 3 p.m. And so we are growing again as well. So I want to tell you a little bit about a focus group that I held about 3 weeks ago now with some of our key members. It was about the new packages that we're rolling out. We wanted to get their feedback on some of the things that we were offering. But one of the most interesting parts of the conversation that happened actually at the very end, before we were just about to leave, was a conversation about the club's name. So in 2018, it started out as It Takes a Village Dog Walking Club, because it was the club was a community outreach program of the company I had at that time, which was It Takes a Village Pet Care. So that lasted until 2021. And then when I shut down the pet care business, actually pet care business was shut down a little bit later, but I wanted to make it more localized to this area. So, and It Takes a Village was kind of a mouthful for Dog Walking Club. So we changed it to the New Hampshire Dog Walking Club, and our goal was to expand throughout New Hampshire. So at this focus group, we had a conversation about what the word walking entailed, because we've evolved beyond walking. We still do walking, don't get me wrong. That is definitely the core of what we do for our events. But we do so much more as well. And we want to call them adventures. We want to call them experiences. But there's so much more than walking that we do. So we're at that stage now where we're going through the process of evolving. We've actually hired an agency out of Concord to work with us. And interestingly, I know some of you know that I've been studying at the Disney Institute because I'm fascinated with the way Walt Disney gets people involved with his vision and the magic that he creates. There's a whole system, a whole process that he puts in place. So that's what I've been studying. And interestingly, one of the co-owners of the agency that we've hired spent 15 years in branding and marketing for Disney. So that to me was a no-brainer, and I'm very excited to be working with this agency because I think we have a lot of really cool things that are going to be happening here over the next year with their help. So we are evolving to that next level, and that means a name change and a brand change and a look and feel change and a website change. So we're giving you a heads up that there's going to be all kinds of new exciting things coming down the road here as we evolve and we continue to grow. And so in March, the club, as I mentioned, the club opens again between March 20th and 31st. So you'll actually have 11 days to join during that opening if you're interested. And that is the time we will roll out the new name, the logo, and the new website as well. So there's a lot of things that are going to be changing on our website, primarily the user experience. One of the things we heard in the survey is that it was very confusing to understand what you got as a member, but then it was also kind of clunky how to sign up for events and just how to use what we had created. And it was a little bit of a patchwork, as you can imagine, as companies evolve and as brands evolve. It was a lot of me behind the scenes wearing that hat to make it all work. Now, as we grow, we're investing more in the organization, and we're getting an agency on board that can help us take it to the next level. So you will see a brand new company, but with the same goal, the same mission, vision, and core beliefs and values that we have listed on our website now. That will not change. That is the foundation of our organization, and we are just changing our name to more encompass what we offer and where we see ourselves going, and just to make the whole user experience on that website easier for everyone. So if you are interested in receiving priority notification for when the club opens in March, feel free to join the wait list, which you can do right on our website. So here is something new that we're doing this year. So if you've been with us for a little while, you might remember that at the end of every month, we gave a bunch of giveaway prizes away. Some from our partners, some from the club, like sweatshirts and gift certificates and gift cards, all kinds of fun things like that. So and basically you would earn an entry. So if you participated in an event in person, if you asked a question during a pop-up talk presentation while the presenter was live, these are all ways that you could earn entries into our giveaways at the end of the month. And then at the first of every month, we would pick for the prizes for the past month. So we're not doing that this year. We're doing something a little bit different. So we are collaborating with Seacoast Picnic for an end of the summer party. And if you are not familiar with Seacoast Picnic, I highly encourage you to look them up. They are very, very cool. They are about creating really unique experiences like we do too. So this is going to be a very fun party. I guarantee it. Location TBD. It's a secret at the moment. But this will be our first annual. It is scheduled for Saturday, September 10th with games, food, and fun. And it will be for 20 lucky individuals. And what we're going to be doing is awarding 7 golden ticket winners starting in February. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, the party's in September. We will be awarding to a different member of let me back up, to a different member. So the one caveat is that you do have to be an official club member to earn this recognition. Or to earn this golden ticket. And there are 2 more chances this year before the party to actually join as an official club member. But we will be, this will be decided by our adventure guides and our management team, primarily looking for that member who embodies the mission, the vision, and the core beliefs and values of our club. And that person will be announced on the first of every month. So March 1st, we'll announce the winner of the golden ticket for February and so on. So we will give away 7 tickets. And then sometime, probably beginning of August, we will be selling the other ones. They'll be very exclusive tickets. The tickets will be available to other members as well as our community, but the golden ticket winners will only be open to members. So if that is of interest to you and you are thinking of joining the club as well the next time we open, then there's something else to look forward to. All right, so let's see here. So lastly, before I leave you guys, I want you to dream about what comes next. And I'm not ready to say, I don't want to quite let the cat out of the bag yet because I don't have enough information. And there's some key individuals that I still need to have conversations with to get all my ducks in a row. But you'll see throughout this year, different posts, like I think it was December that I did the last one. And it was something like, if you could dream, what is the biggest dream that you would have for you and your dog? And I got some great feedback and just feelings shared on what people wanted to do with their dogs and what, in a perfect world, what experience they could have with their dog is what was shared. So I'm starting to collect that feedback from our community, and I'll be getting our members involved with, and our adventure guide team involved with dream storyboarding, where we'll actually get together kind of like a focus group, but kind of not. The focus will be on creating this dream board with certain parameters based around what we're creating. So, we've got this end vision, but it will incorporate so much of what our community wants to envision as well. So you'll see a lot of that dream boarding and just dream imagining, polls and surveys and meetings and get-togethers scheduled throughout the year as well. And as we get further into the year, I do hope to be able to give bits and pieces of what Ray and I are working on here as we move forward. But I'm really excited about it. It is very, very different. It is very unique. There's nothing like it out there. And I've studied quite a few places just to know if anybody else has tried to accomplish what we're thinking of. And it doesn't look like it. Granted, I still have a lot more research to do. I've looked both internationally and in the States. And I do want to travel to a few places as well, just to get a better sense of what the experience is there. So it's big. And I'm confident we can pull it off. There are a number of things that have to happen for us to be able to do it, but we are working with the right mentors and we are working with the right companies to make this happen. So I'm just going to leave it there like that to just let you know there is something very big and something very special that we're creating for our community. And I'm really excited to get all of you involved with that planning process. All right. So that is all I have for you. And if you are still awake, granted this little doggy's not, that if you have any feedback or questions, I'm going to just hang on here for another 30 seconds or so. Any comments, any ideas, feel free to shout it out. If you are watching on the replay, feel free to leave your ideas, your dreams, your suggestions, your questions, and we will get back to you as well. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. So thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you, Ray, for correcting me. So there are officially 2 national parks in New Hampshire, and we will check out the Appalachian Mountain Trail as well and see if they offer a park ranger program. So let's see. Christine says, thank you, Tracy. Looking forward to all of the new adventures. And Christine, you and Ned, interestingly enough, you knew one of our adventure guides when we all got together on Sunday, which I thought was very cool. You already knew Kelly. You are friends with, both of your families are friends, and I thought that was very cool. So who knows if maybe any of our new adventure guides might know part of our community already, because we're all dog lovers and owners. So maybe you'll see some other people you know. Let's see. When coming in as a new member in March, do you miss out on the month 1 and 2 curriculum? That is an excellent question. So you don't, because that's why I set it up month 1, month 2, month 3, not February, March, April, because it's revolving. So you'll actually, there's a whole workbook that you get when you come in that starts you down the process. So you start at the beginning with understanding the club, and then you'll roll into nutrition, and you'll be able to access all of that curriculum and all of the stuff that's archived. Now, granted, if you come in March, we'll be on the tail end of nutrition, but you'll have access to everything we talked about. And then as we roll the next year, when we come back to nutrition, then you'll be in the club and you'll get all of the live stuff. So if you come in March, or if you come in June or September, if you've missed any of what we've talked about, you'll get everything archived, but then you'll be on the year rotating cycle. So nutrition will be, like your month 10 as opposed to your month 2. Hopefully that makes sense. But we did want to set it up in a way that new people coming in, the 4 times we open throughout the year, would not miss out on any of that learning. So I appreciate you asking that question. Monica says, thank you. And thank you to you, Monica, as well, because we have some awesome events coming up with you in February. Michelle says, the Morrow Pack is looking forward to this year's adventures. Awesome, Michelle. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Christine says, small world. Yep, because you already knew Kelly. Andrea says, thank you. Looking forward to joining the club in March. Awesome, Andrea. As I recall, you had already joined the wait list, so we'll be looking forward to welcoming you. And somebody said, hi, first time here, just found you. I'm a massage therapist and would love to do a workshop on canine massage sometime. Oh, that's great. Okay. We might be able to put you in touch too with April at Canine Strong, because she also offers that. So would love to hear from you. There's actually several times throughout the year that we do different things actually with massage therapists. So feel free to email me or DM me through Facebook. The email is woof, WOOF, at nhdogwalkingclub.com. Would love to hear from you. All right, guys. Well, that is all the questions and comments we have. So thank you, everybody, again for your time and for tuning in. Love it. Always love to hear from our community, whether you have, and actually I should back up and say that I have already received some amazing ideas from members of our community. That is the type of community we want to create, an open concept community where your ideas are heard. No matter how small or large you think they are, I want you to DM me. I want you to email me. I want you to call me. I want you to text me. All our information is on the website. Some of the best programs that we have run have either come from partners or team members or community members. So we welcome your ideas and we are happy to give you credit for it as well. So thank you for reaching out and letting us know what you'd like to see. All right, guys, I have kept you long enough. Thanks for staying with us tonight. Have a great evening, and I'll be back live with you on February 1st to tell you about all the great stuff we have coming up next month. All right, guys, take care. Stay safe with the snowstorm.